The time you choose could mean the difference between life and death, a truth most never consider. In our later years, as life slows down and we finally have time to care for ourselves, there are deeply personal aspects of health we often avoid talking about, and one of them is masturbation. It's a natural, common behavior that can offer comfort, emotional release, and even health benefits. But here's the lesser-known truth. Even something as private and seemingly harmless as self-pleasure can become dangerous when done at the wrong time. This isn't fear-mongering. This is real medical insight backed by geriatric doctors, cardiologists, and neurologists, supported by tragic real-life cases, especially after age 60, as your circulatory system, hormones, and nervous system become more sensitive. Even a small decision can carry big consequences. In today's video, we're going to uncover 7 surprisingly risky times of day when masturbation can put seniors at serious risk. These are windows where your body is most vulnerable, and when paired with sexual stimulation, they can lead to dizziness, blood pressure crashes, strokes, or even death, often when no one is around to help. But don't worry, we're not here to shame or scare you. Quite the opposite. This video was made to empower you with knowledge so you can make safe, confident, and informed choices about your body. Because when you understand what your body needs, where it's most fragile, and when it's most resilient, you can continue to enjoy intimacy, connection, and vitality with safety and dignity. If you're retired or care for a senior loved one, this is a video you can't afford to miss. Don't let a private routine become a silent health hazard. At the end of the video, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever heard about this before? Which facts surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice could help someone else stay safe. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or loved one. Your support helps us continue creating life-saving content like this. Part 1. Why early morning can be a silent risk. Have you ever wondered why something as simple as the time of day could quietly affect your health, maybe even your life? For many older adults, the early morning hours, around 4 to 6 a.m., feel peaceful and private. The house is still, the sunlight is soft, and there's a comforting sense of calm. For that reason, some seniors may choose this quiet time to care for themselves, release tension, or enjoy a private moment of self-intimacy. But what most people don't realize is that this window of time may be the most dangerous time of day for masturbation, especially after the age of 60. Morning surge, a hidden biological storm. When we're young, our bodies adapt quickly to shifts in hormones, heart rate, and blood pressure. But as we age, those systems become more fragile, slower to respond, and more prone to overload. Between 4 and 6 o'clock a.m. and a.m., the body enters a natural biological process known as the morning surge. It's when blood pressure rises sharply to help us wake up. For younger adults, this is no big deal. But in older adults, especially those with underlying heart conditions, stiff arteries, or unstable blood pressure, adding the physical intensity of sexual arousal at this time can create a dangerous spike in cardiovascular activity. Masturbation brings a surge in heart rate, blood pressure, and the release of hormones like dopamine and testosterone. Combined with the morning surge, this double load can become overwhelming, potentially triggering a heart attack, stroke, or fainting. A quiet death during the private moment. There have been numerous reports of older adults found unconscious in bathrooms or beds with no external injuries. Later investigations revealed that these incidents occurred shortly after solo sexual activity in the early morning and were ultimately linked to cardiovascular overload. What makes these cases even more tragic is that they often happen when no one else is around. Because this is a deeply private act, help can be delayed for hours or never come in time. Why is early morning so risky? Here's why this time can be especially dangerous. Naturally high blood pressure. The body's natural morning surge is intensified in those with hypertension or poor cardiovascular function. Dehydration. After a full night's sleep, the body is mildly dehydrated. Blood becomes thicker, and the heart must work harder, even more so during stimulation. The brain isn't fully awake. Your nervous system is still warming up after sleep. Sudden stimulation can overwhelm it or cause miscommunication between systems. You're alone. The lack of immediate help turns any health emergency into a serious threat. The simple fix: shift the timing. If you still want to maintain a personal connection with your body, And you should. The good news is you don't have to stop. You just need to adjust the timing. Experts recommend waiting until 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 p.m. when your body is fully awake, balanced, and best prepared to handle the demands of physical stimulation. By simply delaying your routine, you give your heart and mind the best chance to keep you safe. Part 2. When your blood pressure pill becomes a silent trap. Have you ever thought that something as simple as taking your medication on time could quietly become a serious health risk? For millions of older adults, blood pressure medication is part of their daily routine. It calms the heart, lowers strain, and helps keep your numbers in check, a trusted ally in your health journey. But here's what many don't realize. When taken close to a physically stimulating activity like masturbation, that same medication can trigger a dangerous effect called the double drop. What is the double drop effect? Picture this. You wake up and take your blood pressure pill as usual. About 1 to 2 hours later, the medication reaches its peak effect, dilating your blood vessels, easing your heart's workload, and naturally lowering your blood pressure. But if you choose that exact window for solo sexual activity, your body enters a second phase of stimulation. Your heart rate increases, blood vessels expand even more. Blood rushes away from your brain to other parts of the body. The result? Your blood pressure drops a second time, rapidly and unpredictably. This double drop can lead to dizziness, unsteadiness, fainting, falls, and injuries. And in severe cases, strokes or head trauma. Why is this riskier for seniors? Younger bodies can bounce back quickly from a sudden drop in blood pressure. The brain signals the heart, adjusts the flow, and restores balance. But as we age, reflexes slow, arteries stiffen, dizziness comes faster, and most importantly, we're often alone. That's why even a minor fall can become a major emergency. What the Mayo Clinic discovered, doctors at the Mayo Clinic reported several cases where seniors fainted or fell unexpectedly. Upon review, the pattern was clear. The incidents happened shortly after blood pressure medication and following solo physical stimulation. Just a misjudged window of 30 to 60 minutes was enough to turn routine into risk. The easy fix: create a safety buffer. The good news? You can completely avoid this danger with a simple adjustment. Wait at least 2 hours after taking your medication before engaging in any physical activity, including masturbation. Choose mid-morning or early afternoon, when your body is alert, balanced, and the medication has settled. Avoid doing anything physically intense right after waking up or while feeling lightheaded. Your body isn't ready yet. A little patience, a lot of protection. You might think, it's just a few minutes, what harm can it do? But for an aging body, those few minutes can mean the difference between safety and a serious fall. Tuning into your body, rather than rushing through routine, is a powerful act of self-care. By aligning your actions with your body's rhythm, you can enjoy your private moments without giving up your safety or dignity. Part 3. After a hot shower, when your body is most fragile. A hot shower is one of life's simplest pleasures. The warmth soothes tired muscles, eases the mind, and brings a comforting sense of renewal, especially for older adults starting a new day. But right after you step out of that hot, steamy bathroom, when you feel most relaxed and refreshed, your body is at its most vulnerable. And if at that moment you decide to engage in masturbation, whether for comfort, relaxation, or personal connection, you may unknowingly put your heart and nervous system at serious risk. Blood vessels and body heat, a hidden imbalance. When you shower in hot water, your blood vessels naturally dilate, especially near the skin surface. This lowers your blood pressure and sends blood outward to help you feel calm and relaxed. Once you exit the shower, your body begins the slow process of cooling down and restoring circulation back to your heart and brain. This takes time and energy, more so in older adults. Now, if you introduce sexual stimulation right at this moment, your body is forced to manage two opposite demands: cooling down and recovering from the shower, increasing heart rate, blood flow, and hormones due to arousal. This biological tug-of-war can overwhelm your system and lead to lightheadedness, loss of balance, irregular heartbeat or palpitations, in some cases fainting due to lack of oxygen in the brain. Why is this so dangerous for seniors? Part of the danger lies in how subtle it feels. You step out of the shower, feeling great, no pain, no warning signs. But the reality is, your core temperature is still elevated. Your blood pressure is still low. Your brain may not have full oxygen flow yet. And again, You're likely alone during this private moment. If you faint or fall, help may not come in time. The early warning signs you might miss. Many older adults have experienced the following after showering and engaging in solo intimacy. I suddenly felt lightheaded, had to sit down. My heart was racing and I didn't know why. I nearly slipped in the bathroom out of nowhere. I felt exhausted and short of breath for hours after. These aren't coincidences. They're signs your body is struggling to keep up, and it's asking you to pause. The simple fix: let your body recover. Medical experts recommend waiting at least 30 to 45 minutes after a hot shower before any physically or emotionally intense activity. Use that time to rest, drink water, dry off completely, and allow your blood flow to normalize. If you feel dizzy, off balance, or unusually flushed, that's your body's way of saying, not yet. Shower, then wait, then connect. There is nothing wrong with wanting to enjoy intimacy with yourself. There's no shame in that. Just give your body a little more time to prepare. That extra pause doesn't take anything away. In fact, it helps make your experience safer, more satisfying, and more peaceful. Part 4, when late night isn't as safe as it seems. The house is quiet, everyone's asleep, the lights are dim, and there's a peaceful stillness in the air. For many older adults, the late night hours between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. feel like a time to unwind, reflect, and reconnect with themselves in private. And so, in this solitude, a deeply personal act may take place: masturbation, as a way to release tension, feel comforted, or simply maintain a sense of physical connection. But what many don't realize is that this nighttime window can be one of the riskiest times to engage in sexual stimulation, especially for seniors. At night, your body and brain are not fully alert. After 11 p.m., your body enters a natural phase of reduced cognitive function. That means your brain slows down. Reflexes are weaker, balance becomes less stable, emotions influence decisions more. So when you engage in sexual activity during this time, your ability to recognize warning signs from your body is compromised. You may not realize you're dizzy, that your heart rate is abnormal, or that you're about to lose your balance. Many older adults have fallen trying to walk to the bathroom or get back into bed after nighttime stimulation. In the dark, half asleep, and physically drained. Loneliness and the emotional trap of late-night intimacy. This time of night also carries emotional vulnerabilities. Seniors who live alone or who are grieving often feel more sadness at night, and masturbation may become a form of emotional escape rather than healthy connection. You may feel better for a moment, thanks to the dopamine rush, but afterward, emptiness, deeper sadness, difficulty falling asleep, repeating the cycle night after night. Over time, this can turn into an isolating habit that doesn't heal but hurts. Falling at night, an overlooked risk. Studies show that most serious falls among seniors happen at night, especially during late bathroom trips or when walking in dim lighting. If you combine that timing with post-orgasm fatigue, when blood pressure drops and you're less steady, your risk of falling or fainting multiplies. How to stay safe physically and emotionally. You don't have to give up on connection, but a few small choices can make a big difference. Avoid sexual activity between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. when alertness and stability are lowest. If you feel lonely at night, try journaling, calling a friend, or listening to calming music instead of relying on physical release. Keep a nightlight on in your bedroom or hallway. If you're tired, dizzy, or your heart feels off, stop and rest. Don't push through. Nighttime can be healing. If you listen, you deserve love, connection, and fulfillment, physically and emotionally. But intimacy should never be a way to escape your feelings. It should be a way to understand and honor them. Sometimes saying not tonight is the kindest and wisest choice you can make for yourself. Part 5, when you're dehydrated, don't push your heart too hard. Early in the morning, everything feels quiet and still. You've just woken up, your body feels light, your mind is still clearing from sleep. And if you live alone, this might be the time you use for yourself, to reconnect, to release tension, or to simply feel close to your own body. But did you know that right after waking up, before you've eaten or had anything to drink, your body is in one of its most vulnerable states? More specifically, you're likely mildly dehydrated, and that can turn any form of physical stimulation, even something as private as masturbation, into a risk. After a night's sleep, your body is drier than you think. Going 6 to 8 hours without fluids naturally leads to mild dehydration. You might not feel thirsty, but that doesn't mean your body is ready. Your blood becomes thicker, circulation slows down, your heart has to work harder, your brain gets less oxygen. Now imagine engaging in sexual stimulation during that time. Heart rate increases, blood pressure shifts, hormones surge, and your body, already running low on fluids, is pushed to react quickly. The result? Dizziness, lightheadedness, cold sweats, even fainting or dangerous falls. Orthostatic hypotension, the silent threat. A common condition among seniors is orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing up or changing position. Dehydration is one of the leading triggers. Combine that with sexual stimulation, and you're asking your body to handle two competing demands. Reduce blood flow to the brain, increase circulatory need due to arousal. Many have experienced it. I felt fine until I stood up, then everything went black. That's not random. That's your body warning you. It's not just a fall. It could be a head injury or stroke. A fall due to dizziness may seem minor, but in older adults it can lead to hip fractures, head trauma, strokes from severe drops in brain oxygen. And like most dangers involving private moments, it often happens with no one nearby to help. The fix is simple and powerful. You don't need to change your routine if it brings you comfort, but you do need to prepare your body first. Drink a full glass of water, about 8 to 10 ounces, soon after waking up. Wait at least 15 to 30 minutes before engaging in any physical or intimate activity. If you feel sluggish, dizzy, or off, pause and rest. That one glass of water could save you from a life-changing fall. Caring for yourself starts with the smallest things. You don't have to do anything big. Just listen to your body. If you're thirsty, drink. If you're not fully awake, wait. If you want to connect intimately, do it when your body is ready, not just your mind. Because safety isn't about what you do, it's about how well you prepare for it. Part 6, after sitting or lying down, be careful with that first move. Some days you just want to stay on the couch, cozy up under a blanket, and read or watch your favorite show. That's perfectly okay. As we age, our bodies and minds deserve more rest. But the moment you decide to shift from rest to action, especially a stimulating one like masturbation, can trigger a sudden strain on your heart and circulation if you're not prepared. After long periods of stillness, your circulation slows down. When you sit or lie down for too long, whether it's watching TV, reading, or napping, your blood tends to pool in the lower parts of your body, especially your legs. Heart rate and blood pressure also drop. If you suddenly get up and engage in an activity that raises your heart rate, like masturbation, your body is forced to catch up quickly. And if you're older, with a slower heart and less flexible vessels, things can go wrong fast. A sharp drop in blood pressure, dizziness or disorientation, fainting or falling. In more serious cases, irregular heartbeat or minor stroke. Why this often goes unnoticed? Because the warning signs are subtle. I was just watching TV, went to the bathroom, and suddenly my heart was racing. I was lying in bed reading, then tried to enjoy a moment, and everything started spinning. I didn't even get far, but my body felt like it gave out. It doesn't feel like you've done anything extreme, but the truth is the transition was too fast, and your body couldn't keep up. Seniors face another risk, blood clots. Sitting or lying too long also leads to poor circulation, increasing the risk of blood clots, especially in the legs. If you suddenly stimulate your body, raising heart rate and dilating blood vessels, a clot can travel to the heart or brain, leading to serious complications. The fix: wake your body before you stimulate it. You don't have to give up your private routines, but give your body a chance to prepare. After sitting or lying down for a while, spend 3 to 5 minutes gently moving. Stretch, stand, pace around the room, rotate your arms and legs. Drink a little water to improve blood flow. If you feel dizzy, off balance, or your heart races, pause, rest, and take deep breaths. Smart movement equals long-term safety. The little things you do today, like warming up before you connect with yourself, can help you avoid serious health events in the future. Your body may be aging, but it's still loyal to you, as long as you listen and care for it the right way. And sometimes just a few minutes of movement is a beautiful act of love, one that offers safety, clarity, and preparation. Part 7, when loneliness speaks. Don't let emotion lead you into risk. Some days nothing hurts, but everything feels empty. No one calls. The kids are busy, old friends are far away. You move through the evening alone, in a quiet home, sometimes so quiet that even your heartbeat seems to pause. In those moments, you might crave a little warmth, some kind of connection, something private, familiar, to remind you that you're still here, still alive, still feeling. And so you turn to masturbation as a way to soothe the sadness, to fill a temporary void. But what you may not realize is, when the act is driven by sadness instead of joy, it can quietly pull you into a harmful emotional cycle. Vulnerable emotions can distort your desires. When you masturbate while feeling lonely, grieving, or down, your brain still releases dopamine, the pleasure and relaxation hormone. But when the dopamine fades, what's left often feels like emptiness, shame or guilt without reason, restlessness or sleeplessness, deeper isolation. Instead of healing, you may be using sex to avoid feeling, which only makes those feelings return stronger later. A habit of emotional dependency can form. Masturbation stops being a joyful bodily experience and becomes a reflex every time you feel low or every time night falls, or when you feel like no one's left. Over time, it creates a loop. Feel lonely. Turn to masturbation. Temporary relief. Feel empty again. Isolate more. Need relief again. Repeat. Grow more disconnected. You're not wrong. You're just looking for something human. You don't need to feel ashamed. Everyone needs to feel loved, touched, and close, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. The issue isn't the act, it's the emotion behind it. If you're doing it to avoid pain, then that pain may return, even stronger, when the moment is over. The shift, viva, from relief to real connection. You don't have to stop seeking comfort, but before you begin, ask yourself, am I doing this because I'm sad or because I feel good? Can I call someone instead of being in silence? Can I write down how I feel instead of burying it? Am I touching my body or trying to escape my heart? Let real connection, even just a message, a phone call, or a journal entry, become your emotional anchor. Healthy intimacy starts with emotional honesty. You deserve to be touched. In body and in spirit, your body is still alive, still beautiful, still capable of joy. But don't let physical actions become a cover for wounds that haven't been healed. True intimacy happens when your heart is touched too. Choose your timing, your space, and your emotions with intention. Because intimacy, whether with others or with yourself, should begin from love, not loneliness. Final wrap-up. Choose care. Choose to listen to your body. You've just journeyed with us through 7 moments in the day that may seem harmless, but could quietly carry real health risks for older adults during an act as natural and personal as masturbation. We didn't share these insights to scare you, and certainly not to shame you. On the contrary, this video was created to remind you, your body may be changing, but your worth and your right to experience love, connection, and pleasure never does. At any age, you deserve to feel close to yourself, emotionally, physically, and intimately. But as we grow older, that closeness must come with gentleness, mindfulness, and deeper awareness. A few small changes can make a big difference. Wait a while after a hot shower or medication. Drink water before any stimulation. Avoid early mornings, late nights, or emotionally low moments. Warm up gently if you've been sitting or lying down. And most of all, choose a time when you feel alert, grounded, and genuinely connected with yourself. These aren't restrictions, they're protections, so that your joy lasts longer, feels safer, and means more. The final message, it's not about stopping, it's about adapting. Aging doesn't take away your right to enjoy life, but it invites you to live with more wisdom, kindness, and self-respect. Masturbation isn't wrong or dangerous, not when you understand your body and timing. It can still be a healthy, joyful, and meaningful part of your later years, when you listen closely to your body and honor your emotions. You deserve to live your life on your own terms, with freedom, safety, and self-awareness. That journey can begin right now.